All right, Shalom Akim. This is Yahweh Tazah coming back again to come out and prophesy the downfall of America according to the scriptures, to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All right, the Gentile foreigners who are Israelites that are scattered to the four corners of the earth. Salvation is for you, the elect. All right, the hopeful elect, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth through the spirit of power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. All right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakuk Wadash, Barakatham. All right, as always, like I said, I'm just coming out here to preach, to speak about the scriptures, break down things to the best of my ability, and to let these people out here know that we're at imminent destruction. The third world's war is at hand. All right, all the nations are gathering together. And it's going to be the last woe, man. The third woe that Revelation speaks about. Okay, the Armageddon, which is in English is Armageddon. All right, which is the valley of the mountain of troops. All right, and we're ushering in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's return, man. All right, so I'm going to jump off with Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. It says, "Come near, you nations, to hear, and hearken, you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein. The world and all things that come forth from of it," right? So everything's going to hear the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Everything's going to be affected ultimately by the prophecies, man. And they are right now as they walk and wake in their daily lives today as I speak. The prophecies are being fulfilled and they're being put out, man. So we have to speak this word unto all nations as Yahweh Shai commanded, sounding that trumpet. All right, this is Isaiah 55 and 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh." Right, because his thoughts manifest into words. When you write them down upon the scrolls, the epistles, the parchments, all right, and they're being spoken, reiterated to the public, all right, the general public, and that's how we draw in the elect, because we're fishers of men, because the elect are amongst the rest of the population, the school, because Yahweh Shai likens men as the waters and fish. All right, which you can use a certain word to categorize those fish as a school. All right, so that we're trying to school them in, bring them in. All right, it says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater." Right, and that's we are the eater, because we're the ones that it says he gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. All right, and that's what we're doing. We're giving you the bread to you, so you can eat it and digest it, and Lord willing, it's gonna sit with you well, and you're gonna come out into the highways and the byways. All right, and it says, "So shall my word be." See. "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." That's right. Though we have to speak it amongst all nations, His word is going to prosper into where it's sent. All right? Whether it's on the negative side or on the positive side, it's going to accomplish. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is a righteous judge, man. All right? He's going to make all things come to pass. Okay? This is in the book of Matthew. Verse, see here, Matthew chapter 27, verse 19. It says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of Yahweh, and of the Son Yahweh Shai, and of the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Wadash, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with thee always, even unto the end of the world." Aman, or Thawab. All right, so this word is going to be published throughout the four corners of the earth, man. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come." You see? And then shall the end come. So this word is going to be dispersed. This word is going to go out, man, throughout the four corners of the earth via internet or just through the spirit. It's gonna cause a reaction, man. All right? So this word has to be manifested unto all nations. All right? To the heathens, to the Israelite foreigners, all right, which are the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, It says, Isaiah 34:2, for the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations. All right, and his fury upon all their armies. That's right. So the indignation, the righteous judgment is upon all the nations, man, and his fury upon all their armies. And the nations are who? The Gentiles, the natural Gentiles. All right. So, real quick, this word, the prophecies that are speaking of judgment and damnation and enslavement is to the heathen, man. All right. Real quick, scripture. See here, bear with me, brother, so I can find the script right here. This is Zechariah chapter 1 verse 15. It says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they held forward their affliction. That's right, because the heathens are guilty of afflicting Yahweh Shai's people, which are the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. All right, Abaryath Yasha'Allah, or Yasha'Allah Abaryath. All right, so those people are going to be recompensed for the heathens' actions, man. All right, real quick, let me see here. That's another one right there, but there's one that I'm looking for. Let's see here. Obadiah, of course. Let's see. All right, this is in the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 4. It says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. That's right. So the Lord is going to pay back all you other heathens, man. In a nutshell, man. That's why all the nations are gathering together. All the nations are in their certain seats of power. All right. So Yahweh Shai is going to declare war upon the masses, man, and upon you Negro Latinos and Native Americans, American Indians that are here in America, man, that are still eating pork, swine, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai, still committing adultery, all right, still stealing and killing, bearing false witness, all right, hating your own brother. All that's going to be rectified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai here comes soon, man. Martial law is going to be implemented here in America, the time of Jacob's trouble. And it's going to involve you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. All right. It says, Joel 3:5, because you have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. See? So Yahweh Shai is about payback, man. Right? Yahweh Shai is about retribution, paying it back, man. Scriptures say, what a man soweth, that shall he reap. For the Most High is not mocked. All right, in the book of Galatians. All right, it says to he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. All right, and that's for you Edomites. All right, or even though you got 2/3 that be doing that too, you know, that they did it to Yahweh Shai, so they're gonna die by the sword. All right, they helped lead Yahweh Shai into the hands of the Romans, so they're going to be led into captivity. All right, that's why everything has been happening throughout the whole centuries with the nation of Israel, with the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. But ultimately, the Edomites, the so-called white people. All right, it says, behold, I will raise them out of their place where he has sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. See? So Yahweh Shai is about to do exactly what Isaiah 34:2 said. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. That's right. So you're prepared for the slaughter, man. All right. And there's no turning back from that. This is Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, nephew, saith Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and the pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith Yahweh of hosts. All right, talking about Edomites, you know, so-called white people in America, man. All right, America's gonna be swept with the sword destruction. That's why the Lord said, "Arise and depart, for this is not your rest, for it shall destroy you with the sword destruction," man. All right, because this place is marked for death. This place is marked for 200 million missiles, ICBM missiles at that, man. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right. I'm gonna go to Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation. See? And I was a spirit, you know, I was looking for that one in Joel, and I stumbled across that one, man. You know? So I was the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's gathering the nations, man, in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Ultimately, America's going to be affected because of that. All right? They're gonna launch missiles over here, man. All right? You got North Korea, you got South Korea, China, Japan. Everybody's gathering up for war, man. Iran, Turkey, Georgia, all these nations that are over there in the Middle East. That's what's going on, man, in the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right? Which people today, they know it as Armageddon or Megiddo. All right? But ultimately, it's where the Lord is going to declare war upon all the nations. All right? And these people are actually going to try to fight back against who the world called Jesus Christ, man, when he cracks them skies. They're going to actually try to fight back against the Lord, man. All right? These other nations with their missiles, with their jets, their technology. All right? But the Lord is going to reject all that, man. He's going to deflect all that because it had no power over Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right? It says, it's like when you read in the book of Job when it talks about Leviathan and how the fishes of the sea would try to throw spears or, you know, things of that nature at its body. It would not affect them, man. It would take it like if you're throwing sticks at them, man. That's how you're going to be fighting against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts, man. The Lord of Sabaoth. All right, which is the Lord of armies, Yahweh of armies, man. All right. It says Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. That's right. That's what we're doing. We're waiting upon him while we're doing this work. That's how you wait upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, by doing the work. All right, coming out to the highways and the byways, man. Not sitting in your home, not trying to act like you know something, but you ain't doing nothing with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because if you got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, and you're not doing the work on a consistent basis, you're going to be held accountable for that action, man. Because the Lord's going to ask you what you've been doing. What are you doing? You read the parable of the idle workers, the ones that he set out in certain quarters, you know, of the hour of that day. They were found being idle. But the Lord told them, hey, go out there and do the work. You don't want to be found idle, man. All right? It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And what's the fire of his jealousy? Is his word, but ultimately he's going to use an instrument of destruction to bring forth that jealousy, which is the nuclear destruction, man. Nuclear warheads, man. All right? That they're going to be launched out of the silos, and they're going to be coordinated to hit certain points, man. Here in America, all over the earth, it's going to be shot missiles, man. Because all these nations are going to go to war, man. All right. All right. This is in the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. And I will overthrow the throne of the kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen. That's right, and that's what's happening right now to America. Spiritually, the infrastructure of America is being destroyed, man, through the prophets, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. We're destroying the infrastructure. We're throwing blows at it, man. It's steadily just crumbling, falling down to different levels before we destroy the head, man. We're attacking the body, breaking the infrastructure down. It's like in boxing, they attack the body. If you got a quick, energetic individual or opponent, or you got a tall opponent, you want to attack the body, break down their speed, if they're moving quick, swiftly, you want to take down, that's how you knock down their energy, man. You attack the body, attack the midsection, and that's what's going to weaken them. And then you start going for the heavy blows to the head, or if you're into mixed martial arts, you attack the legs to break down their infrastructure, and then you start going for the head, man. You take out the head. You don't go straight for the head, because then you're going to, you could ultimately get yourself laid out, But it says, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen. And what is their strength, man? Some of their strength is their artillery, because Esau was given the blessing, which was a sword, man. All right, which is the technology, the weaponry that he has, the different technology, the technology and the weaponry, his missiles. All right, that's his strength, and the policy that he puts out, man. Which is all corrupt and for wickedness, man. All right. And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has the ability to do that, because he gave Esau that blessing. All right. Let me pull out another one, brothers. Bear with me. All right. Let's see here. Ooh. Almost dropped the sword, man. All right. Let's lock it. See if I can find it. Let's see here. All right, yeah, but like I was saying, he gave Esau the blessing that Esau had, which is his strength, is the sword. All right. This is Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. That's right, because Esau is that man that created the nuclear warhead, the atom bomb. So he made it to what? I have created the waster to destroy. And Esau, in the Hebrew, is Ishash, which means wasted away is he, or wasted away. All right. So he created these devices, but it's going to be used against his own head, man. All right. This is the book of Psalms. All right, this is Psalms chapter 7, verse 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. That's talking about Esau. All right, it says he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head. His violent dealings shall come upon his own pate. Talking about his own head, man. It's going to destroy him. That's where that's where the Lord is finally going to attack the head and put it out once and for all. While we're over here destroying the body, the infrastructure to the spirit. All right. It says, this is Joel. We get lost Isaiah 34. Let me get it lined back up. But that's the time we're in, man. Even though it's been said over and over, you still can't lose that hope or that faith. You gotta keep pushing forward, because and take and be mindful of our forefathers, man. That they didn't inherit the promise, but they continued and they looked for a kingdom that was afar off, But they still strive for it, man. That's why certain brothers that are coming through the spirit, through reincarnation, they fall into that same lot, because they're still fighting for that same. They're still fighting for that same promise, man. All right. It says Haggai 2 and 22. It says, and I will destroy the strength of the kingdoms of the heathen, and I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, everyone by the sword of his brother. All right, so they're gonna fight against one another. They're gonna die. They're gonna fight against Yahweh Shai. You know, he's gonna destroy their chariots, man. Which today is the chariots are what? Jets. You know, tanks, helicopters. You know, they use satellites. You know, they use those drones that they have somebody in the base, or they're just controlling it with the remote. They're gonna be destroyed too. You know, thinking that they're not gonna be found out, but they're sending out some AI jet, or some kind of a device that's out there, and nobody's actually occupying it. You know, but the Lord's still gonna find them out in some type of building, man. It's like in the Matrix, when they would pinpoint the agents, or the agents would pinpoint the Neo and all them, and they would have certain little stations where they would be set up to where they would have to go to get out of the Matrix, you know. But that's how Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is gonna find y'all out, man. All right. So the Lord is gonna overthrow this kingdom, man. He's gonna gather all you nations together and destroy you, man, all at once in the valley of Jehoshaphat, you know. Okay, I read Joel, Haggai. All right. Now I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall also be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All right. So it's gonna be a horrific slaughter, man. All right, out here in the world. Real quick, there's one right here also. This is Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 20. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. For death is come up into our windows, and is entered into our palaces, to cut off the children from without, and the young men from the streets. You see, so all this stuff is gonna happen in a town near you, man. No, not one part of the earth is not gonna be affected. Everything's gonna be affected by this third world war, man. Because this is the ultimate war. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. This is gonna be the greatest deliverance ever recorded, and ever to be remembered. Next to Exodus, which was during the Egyptians, man. That's gonna be forgotten, man. You know. It says it right here in Jeremiah 16:14, it says, Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. See, so it's not no more is it going to be remembered when the Lord brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, man. But this, verse 15, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. But that's what's going to be remembered, that the Lord is going to deliver the elect, the nation of Israel, right? The Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, out of the land of the north. Which, where are we? In the North America, the the Western Hemisphere, which is North America, man. Everybody knows that. All right, you got Canada, you got Alaska, you got America, you got Mexico, Central and South America. All right, then you got the islands, you got Hawaii, right? Because Hawaii is considered part of America. So the Lord is gonna destroy this landmass here, known as America, man. All right, it says Jeremiah 16:15. It says, but Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, America, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. See, because Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth, so Yahweh Shai has to deliver them out of all the nations. All right, that's why Abraham is the father of nations, a father of multitudes, because Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth. They're known as all different bywords and things of that nature. All right, it says, behold, I will send for many fishers. But that was the point right there. So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai this is gonna be the greatest deliverance ever that has ever happened, man. And it's gonna be through heavenly invention, through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. This is Matthew chapter 24, one of my favorite scriptures, man, because it proves how Yahweh Shai has separated his chosen from the rest of the nations. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, which is who? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It says, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And what is that power and great glory, man? It's the heavenly host, which is going to come with him to fight against the nations, man. These proud Edomites, the so-called white people, all right? These Caucasians, these Jews, the Amalekites, all right? Amalek, or the Khazars, the Khazarians, Caucasians, all right? Whatever else they have name out there for them, that's who the Lord is going to destroy, man. He's going to take pleasure in destroying them, all right? And he's going to come with his great power with me. All his glory and power, he's going to come and annihilate this place, man. Scripture says he's not going to be holding the sword, man. That he's going to do everything. It's all going to be through spiritual. What these people call UFOs, those are the chariots of the Most High, man. They're not unidentified flying objects. They're identified flying objects, because through the scriptures they're chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And he's going to use those to destroy America, along with the ICBM missiles. All right, the land that you so-called white people stole from the Native American Indians, man. All right, the Lord is going to come back and devour you. All right. It says, Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. You see, from the four winds, from one heaven from the other, talking about the four corners of the earth, because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that's who he's going to deliver. But he's ultimately going to use the other nations, which is the Third World War, which we're coming into. All right, which like I said, everybody knows that they like to call it the Armageddon or Megiddo, all right, which means the valley of the troops, or mountain of troops, and that's what they're doing over there in Iran. Israel, which has been invaded. The land of Israel has been invaded by imposters, what they call themselves Israelis or Jewish. Those are not God's people, man. Those are imposters, gutter rats that took on our heritage and our customs, all right? But really they go by the Babylonian Talmud, man, which they condone homosexuality, bestiality, murder, theft, pedophilia, all right? But now are the true people of the Lord are waking up, which are the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, man. All right, but like I was saying, the Lord is going to use the chariots, which the world calls UFOs, to destroy this place, man. To destroy you 2/3, you other nations, along with the ICBM missiles, man. All right, like I was reading right here in Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 22. Speak thus saith Yahweh, even the carcasses of men shall fall as the dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvest, man. And none shall gather them. That's right, none shall gather them, man. But guess what? We're going to use the elites to clean up the mess. When Israel is rightfully placed in the land, man. Ultimately, the whole earth and the universe. All right? When Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai sets Israel back in power once and for all, we're going to use the elites to clean up the mess. Because it tells you that in prophecy. In the book of Ezekiel. That's what I was originally being led up to, man. All right? This is no coincidence, man. All this is being like I said, made mention. His word shall not return unto him void. That his thoughts are not your thoughts, man. That's why we have to speak these words unto all nations, sounding the trumpet, warning them of the imminent destruction of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that everybody claims that they're waiting for. They can't wait to happen, not realizing what they're looking for or what they're asking for, man. Because it also pertains to us, you know. Are we ready? If Yahweh Shai comes right now, is that going to be are we ready for that, man? You know. So scriptures say what in all our holy conversation, roughly paraphrasing, in our holy conversation, what man are we ought to be, you know. A scripture in Ezekiel that talks about that. Let's see here. Just bear with me, brothers. I brought it out the other day. You know, I used to always bring this scripture out. It's been a while, but I know it's somewhere in the book of Ezekiel. part of the prophecy, man. All right. Let's see. Like I was saying, man, the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has declared war upon all of these nations. And they don't even know it. All right. The elites, they know it. You know. That's why the scriptures say, Revelation 12:12, that the devil knows he had but a short time. You know, he's coming down with great wrath, man. You know, I found it, brothers. This is Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 12. In 7 months shall the house of Israel be burning, or be burying of them, and they shall cleanse the land. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, but it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh. They shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of the 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when all seeth a man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it, till the buriers have buried it in the valley of Hamongog, right over there in the other in the Middle East, man. So that's what's we're gonna use these elites doing that cleanup. All right, they're gonna be our new slaves in the kingdom, man. Which slave is synonymous to the word servant, so they're gonna serve us. All right, double, okay. Because that's what is exactly what Yahweh Shai had said, man. All right, it's not our words; it's what the Lord said. All right, what was that one I had in Ezekiel? Let's see. All right. Salaki. That one I had was in Jeremiah. Con right here. It says, let me read it one more time. Jeremiah 9:22. It says, speak. It says, speak, thus saith the Yahweh, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, and as the handful after the harvestman, and none shall gather them. Right. So that can be, you know, there's going to be a lot of bodies out here, man, that ain't going to have a proper burial. They're going to be out here being stomped, trampled back into the earth, the mud, you know. Animals are going to come and devour their flesh. But I'm talking about in the future, like, when Israel's restored, there's going to be a major cleaning that has to be done. All right, and we're going to use the elites. All right, we're going to use them to do those things, man. All right, they're going to serve us. All right, they're going to go through hard bondage. He that leadeth to captivity shall go into captivity. All right, they're going to have to be around all that nasty stank stuff, man. It's like we had to be around, you know, certain nasty stank stuff here in the kingdom, man, or here in America. You know.